Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. Today I will have guests on from Think Academy. Also, I will have guests on from District 4 Health Services and the Lafayette Society of Performing Arts. So stay tuned for those interviews coming up in just a moment. Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I am being joined by the CEO of Think College and Career Academy, Kathy Carlisle, also a student from Think, Alex Holloway. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you. We're glad to be here.
Well, you know what? I was out at your location the other day, Kathy, and it is just an amazing location. And I think Alex is a testimony. We were talking before we came on the air, and he was just talking about how much it has changed from when he started to now.
Absolutely.
And you know, we got so much to talk about, and I want to really jump right on into it. Kathy, quickly, first of all, tell us a little bit about Think Academy, if you don't mind.
Well, Think Academy, the idea came about probably about 2012, 2013, looking at workforce development and the increased jobs and workforce need in the Troup County area. A group of employers, particularly led by Randy Jackson with Kia and Ricky Wolf, our commissioner at that time, started looking around, researching solutions, and the idea of a college and career academy seemed to fit well with LaGrange. The community and the school system and the technical college system of Georgia applied for a charter. We're a charter program, which just basically means that we have a lot of flexibility in how education is delivered, but we are very much a part of the Troup County school system because our students, they leave high school and they attend Think for half a day and they go back to their high school. They attend Think based on their career aspirations. So if they're interested in mechatronics, which is advanced manufacturing, engineering, healthcare, marketing, business. We also have game design, and we have an engineering pathway with an energy focus. If the student's interested in that pathway, then Think is right for them. So they take an academic class as well as a pathway class at Think. And then as they progress, they can expand and go to the technical college and take college courses and certificates that go along with their career goals, or they can also go to other colleges. So some of our students, like Alex, he has a very flexible combined schedule of doing all three. Then we have students that do work-based learning or internships, and so we follow them during the day too.
Okay. A lot of things going on there. Alex, tell us a little bit about yourself and your. Kathy talked about you happen to be in all three of the course tracks. Talk a little bit about that. Tell us who you are first of all, if you don't mind.
All right, my name is Alex Holloway, and I am a full-time Think Academy student. I do work-based learning in the morning. I work at our Spark, which is a small store that I and another student run in the morning, and then I go on to my academic class, which is American Literature, and then I go on to my Foundations of Energy and Engineering, which is it's a field where I'm really interested in it, and it kind of grasped a hold of me after I was a second semester in mechatronics, which is the more advanced industrial area, and I'm almost coming up on my pathway completion, which I'll be doing this second semester for that. And I'll hopefully be able to complete 2 pathways by the end of this year. Okay, well, very good. And then Alex, you were telling me before we came on, you were introduced to Think by a friend. Tell us that story if you don't mind. Okay, so my friend, his name is Matthew Lee, and me and him were real good buddies. We grew up together our whole lives. And so he went to Think Academy and was doing the mechatronics pathway. He fell in love with it, and he was like, Alex, come on, you need to come try it. It's really cool. You're going to love the teachers. You're going to love the environment. I really didn't know anything about it. So when I came in, it was, it's hard to put into words how shocked I was to see all these like big machines and all the industrial stuff and the engineering labs, the mechatronic lab, the huge healthcare facility that we have in the upstairs wing. It was, the experience was like nothing else. It was amazing.
Very good. Now, before you were introduced to Think, were you thinking about an engineering path, Alex?
No, I had no aspirations for engineering at all. I didn't even really know about engineering. I was very untech savvy. I didn't do a lot. I was more into chorus and theatrical plays. But when I got to Think and I started my mechatronics pathway, I fell in love with it the first day that I was there. And after I started to fall in love with it a little more, they started telling us about the after-school program, our robotics, and that's pretty much where everything kind of kick-started and jumped into high gear for me.
Very good. You know, Kathy, you guys were telling me also that you have some national winners, all-girl team winners and stuff like humanoid robotics. Help me understand that a little bit, if you don't mind.
I may have to have Alex
help us out there, okay?
All right. So what my competition wasn't humanoid robotics, but I can tell you a little bit about it.
Okay.
So humanoid robotics is basically they have this small robot that's about that tall.
Okay.
Maybe a little bigger. But he is programmed by our students at Think Academy to sing, dance, pick up objects, move around, do entire choreographed routines just from a laptop, just typing in codes on a laptop and using a program code. I think it was Python that we used to program the robot this year.
Okay, very good. Let me ask you now, because Alex, you talked about how, and Kathy, I don't want to leave you out, but I'm just so intrigued about the students there. You were talking about how you guys come together. How the teams, how you know, because you were introduced to Think by a friend. How do the teams come together? Do the students, do the teachers, or is it a combination? How are the teams put together, if you don't mind?
We have open practices every day after school.
Okay.
Everyone is welcomed. If you want to come in and try out the robots and see what you like, then you're more than welcome to. But it's really, Mr. Sumner kind of walks you into it. If he thinks that you have potential and are showing interest in the robots at the beginning of the year, he'll come up and he'll do a one-on-one, face-to-face talk with you, and he'll really introduce you into it and tell you what the program is about, and it'll slowly work you into it. And after you come to the practices, it's a family. We are a close-knit family at this point. We all love each other.
Oh, very good. Also, Alex, I understand that you went to a national competition where you placed 18 out of 36.
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind, just kind of expound on that a little bit, too.
Okay, so my competition was Urban Search and Rescue, which is, we built a small robot. It had to be 18 inches by 18 inches by 18 inches. It couldn't be any more than that, or we weren't inside of the specs.
Okay.
It can extend outside of that after the competition starts, but basically what our robot was designed to do is it was designed to have a camera mounted and a claw mechanism to where we could drive it into a urban environment, which is basically a small simulated house, and retrieve small ordinances out of mailboxes or different places around the entire arena, and take those out of the competition area and put them in a designated location. I wasn't even allowed to look at the arena during the entire time. I only could see my robot through a screen.
Okay. That's quite impressive. You know, Kathy, it's so many, because my time has really gotten away from it. Are there opportunities for other students to come out to visit the campus and also to perhaps become a student there?
Oh, absolutely. So in October, we don't have a date yet, but we'll send out flyers and invitations. We'll have an open house, a recruitment night for 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders, rising 10th and 11th graders and 12th graders, so that their parents, because it's very important for the parents to engage in education and helping the students make the right choice. So we'll open that up. The parents and students will tour the academy, meet the instructors, and hear about our programs that night. So that's coming up in October. We'll try to get you that date so that parents can come.
Okay. Well, you know, I could just sit here and talk and listen to the things, and definitely want to come out to do an interview there, because I would love to see some of the robotics. And I think that Alec was telling me also they played a trick on their teacher by reprogramming one of the robots out there. So we definitely want to come out and take get a tour of the campus.
We would love it.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Alex, thank you for being on the show today. Kathy, thank you for being on the show today. Okay.
All right.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Weekend in just a moment.
Nobody wants to be stopped by a law enforcement officer.
Everyone wants to feel safe.
So we've trained our officers to first listen and then explain.
We ask if you have contact with one of our officers, you listen, give him an opportunity to explain, comply with his requests, and if there's a problem, contact us so that we can investigate your complaint.
Listen, explain, comply, then complain.
Our safety and yours matters.
We're back with City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm being joined by members of the District 4 Health Services here in LaGrange. To my far left, I have Tiffany Marshall, and immediately to me, I have Alicia Fisher. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Well, ladies, I think this is our second time, or maybe our first time sitting down together. I may have had some other guests on from District 4, but I want to learn a little bit about what you ladies do down there at District 4, because I think it's something that's very vital here in our community. I'm going to ask Tiffany first of all, if you don't just mind, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, I'm Tiffany Marshall, and I am the Children's First Coordinator for District 4 Public Health. I've been with District 4 for 20 years. Okay. 3 years as the Children's First Coordinator, and it's just been a great opportunity for me.
Okay, well, very good. And Alicia, if you don't mind.
Okay, I'm Alicia Fisher, and I'm also an RN as well as Tiffany, and I have been with District 4. October the 1st will be 10 years, and I am the coordinator of the Children's Medical Services Program.
Okay, and both of these, well, there's 4 programs that we want to talk about here today, and I'm just going to call one by Eddie, and Tiffany, you have to tell us what Eddie is here in just a moment, okay? But before we get started, I know that a lot of people perhaps have been by the District 4 Public Services location, but if y'all don't mind, tell them where it's located and how they can get to it now, because there's a little bit of construction going on down there. If you don't mind, either one of you ladies can tell us where you guys are located.
We are located at 301 Main Street, here in LaGrange. It used to be the site for the old fire department, but now we have taken that space and we're located right downtown.
Okay, absolutely. Across from the construction area,
yes,
that I'm sure you ladies say, hurry up and get done, right?
Right.
And there's another, we're not talking about it, but there's another building that's under renovation down in your area too, so that south end is booming. But there's programs that we want to talk about that are very, very vital here to our community that you ladies have the finger on the pulse about. The first program, as the Children's First Coordinator, Tiffany, tell us a little bit about that if you don't mind.
Yes, at Children's First, we service children from birth to 5 years of age.
Okay.
What we're doing, we're trying to make sure that the child is developmentally on track, so we provide a developmental screening as well as to assess the family as a unit, to make sure that they have any resources that they may need in the community, along with public health such as immunizations, family planning, connect them with WIC. What we're trying to also do is connect them to our other children with special needs programs, such as what you'll hear in a few minutes, the Children's Medical Services, Babies Can't Wait, as well as our EDDIE program, which is Early Hearing Detection and Intervention.
There's Eddie.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Early Detection and Hearing Program, right?
Early Hearing Detection and Intervention.
I turned it around, didn't I? Now, let me ask you, why is it so important? Because both of you all ladies are RNs. I just heard Alicia say that. Both of you all are RNs. Why is it so important for families to make sure that they have babies tested for those various things? And then I'm going to get to you just in a moment, Alicia, to tell us a little bit more about your program. Why is that so important for you, Tiffany?
Because what people don't realize, from birth until 5 years of age, that development is so very crucial. Speech is involved in that. Just general developmental issues need to be identified so that an intervention may be put in place to assist those children. Most definitely with Children's First, we want to make sure that that child is ready for 5-year-old kindergarten.
Okay.
To make sure that if there's a need there, that they've been connected to any of those resources in their communities, that they're being followed by a physician, and like I said, as well as being connected to our other children with special needs program.
Okay. And Alicia, you're the Children's Medical Services Coordinator, which is another program that you all offer. Talk a little bit about that if you don't mind.
Okay, yes, sir. Children's Medical Services is a program that services children 0 to 21 years old.
Oh,
We
okay.
service children with chronic medical conditions, things like asthma, diabetic children, children with cerebral palsy, even genetic conditions such as PKU, heart conditions, hearing loss, vision conditions, orthopedic conditions. These are chronic medical conditions that affect these children from the time they're born, and in some cases they don't get a diagnosis until later on, but up until age of 21. And what we do is we assist them with getting them connected with any specialty care that they need to be connected to. We also provide these children, if they don't have any coverage, any insurance coverage, we also assist with their medications, their office visits to see their specialty doctors.
Okay.
We assist the families with any orthopedic needs, whether it be a piece of equipment, a wheelchair, bath chairs, car seats, things like that.
Okay, okay. Do we have a growing population of children with special needs here in our community? Do you all see that on an increase, or is it declining? What is the trend that you all have seen? If you've seen it, have you seen a trend, I should ask, Alicia?
Well, you know, it's people really don't realize. I mean, I won't say that there's just like been an exceptional amount. You know, but with the Zika virus, you know, we may see an increase in the hydrocephalus cases, which would qualify them for the programs at our district. So, you know, that's a possibility that we will see an increase just due to that. But you know, it's really, people really don't realize how many children with medical conditions are in the community and in the communities. And, you know, because we service 12 counties, and people don't realize how many children there are here with special needs.
Absolutely, and it's so important. Two other programs, Babies Can't Wait, I think that's your program as well, too.
No, sir, actually Tracy Bain. Yes, sir, Tracy Bain is the coordinator of that program. And Babies Can't Wait services children from 0 to 3 years of age with if the child has a physical or mental condition that causes developmental delays, then the service coordinators go in and see those children. Then they go in the home and provide occupational therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy. And so that's 0 to 3 years old. Then they also, once they turn 3, if those children still have those needs, then they transition them over to the school system and other resources so they can continue to get that developmental care so that they can continue to progress before they start school.
Okay, well, very good. And a moment ago, Tiffany, you mentioned Eddie. Talk a little bit more about Eddie, if you don't mind.
Eddie, the coordinator for that program is Tisha Kirby. I always like to give Tisha, you know, her props, because Tisha is not only the coordinator for that program, but she provides all the services for that particular program. What Eddie is every child born in the state of Georgia, before they leave the birthing facility, are required to have a hearing screening done. What Eddie does is any child that may need additional follow-up, Eddie does and completes that follow-up to connect them at least by the time they're 6 months of age to any type of intervention that they may need.
You know, all very good programs here in our community. And at least you alluded a moment ago that there are various counties that you all serve. Talk about the service area for the District 4, if you don't mind.
District 4 is Carroll County, Heard County, Troup County, Meriwether County, Pike County, Upson County, Lamar County, Henry County, Spalding County, Fayette County, Butts County.
Okay, very good. All right. Now, if there was someone that was watching that had a child with special needs and wanted to get more information, because I also heard you allude that you all go out to the family's home and don't necessarily have to come down to 301 Main. If there was someone that was wanting additional information, are there contact numbers that you all can give out, Alicia?
Tiffany, if you want to give them Alicia Watson's number, then
Okay. Yeah.
And then with Children's First, our particular program is offered in the health department in all 12 of our counties.
Okay.
That service is provided by a nurse, and the health department hours are 8 to 5.
Okay.
For those appointments, but we receive all of our referrals through our district office, and the contact number for that is 706-298-7760.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. Very good. All helpful information to making sure that our children start out with a healthy and a happy lifestyle. And if not, there's services that are. And one of the things I didn't ask the question as we close out here. Costs for these services? Are there any costs for these services for families, or how is that taken care of?
Okay, with all the programs are free to the families.
Okay, all right.
Children's First, they don't have a like an income guideline.
All right.
Children's Medical Services, however, does have a income guideline, and but it's a much higher than like Medicaid or the Peach Care is. So for a family of 4, that family could make up to $60,792 a year and still be eligible for our program. And that's whether we assist families with Medicaid, private insurance, or no insurance.
Yes.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, definitely, ladies, this is good information to get out into the community, and thank you all both for coming on today and sharing that. And by all means, ladies and gentlemen, if there's someone out there that needs services from these ladies or some of the other ladies' names that they mentioned that I wrote down that I won't try to call again, definitely give them a call and give them a call, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to assist you.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you both for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment.
Just what you're looking for. You'll find it in one of the 28 shops in downtown LaGrange. Remember old school customer service? It's still here. Not to mention that perfect gift. That's the beauty of downtown LaGrange. So come on down.
Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to close out a show. I now have a guest on from Lafayette Society of Performing Arts that will be talking about an upcoming play, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I'm being joined now by Randy Powell. Randy, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Well, Randy, tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm a musician and artist, and pretty much all around anything that involves art or anything creative. And
okay.
I got into theater probably around 5-6 years ago. From going and enjoying the show, decided I want to get involved in it. Never had an idea that I wanted to do theater at all. Now I love it, and here I am. I'm constantly doing it.
Okay. And I understand that this is probably about your 9th play that you're going to be in,
I think
right?
it's 8th or 9th, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you were in Romeo and Juliet, I understand.
I was. That was my very first one, so jump straight into Shakespeare. You know, why not jump straight in the water?
There you go. Well, I was telling you before you came on, you definitely have the voice for reflection and everything, and I'm sure the ladies don't mind it either, do they? Now, you're also a musician, you say, right?
I am,
What
yes.
instruments do you play?
I play guitar and bass and banjo and drums, a little violin and piano.
Whoa.
If you hand it to me, I'm going to try to figure it out at least. But guitar is my main thing. I've played guitar for about 25 years now.
And you do play by ear or play by music?
All of it, yeah. Ear, I can read music, all the fun things.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
Used to tour in a band and all that fun stuff.
So you're a triple threat then, aren't you?
Yeah, I like to have a good time.
There you go, absolutely. Well, you're going to be in the play One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I've seen the movie myself a number of times. Talk a little bit about it, if you don't mind.
I'm very excited about this. The book was written by Ken Kesey, one of my favorite authors. I just love that entire time period. He was kind of post-Beat generation.
Right.
Nice crossover into the hippie generation. But yeah, the film, of course, we all love. You got Jack Nicholson.
That's right.
You know, don't expect me. I'm not Jack Nicholson, but I'm doing my own thing. I do love the book a lot, and I love the film. And so I'm Randall P. McMurphy. I'm the guy that Jack Nicholson played.
Right.
And we're just having a really good time with this one. People that aren't familiar with the story, I guess I should go into that a bit. He's pretty much trying to escape a jail sentence that he got. So he may or may not be feigning crazy. And it doesn't turn out to be the cakewalk that he's expecting. You know, right. He's got a nemesis, Nurse Ratchet, which is awesome. She's played by Kelly Finley, she's amazing. Okay. But so yeah, it doesn't work out as good as he plans, and so come see the play and find out what happens.
There we go. Absolutely. Talking about come see, it's going to be at the LSPA Black Box. Talk about the dates that this will be.
We open up on September 21st. Okay. Doors open at 6:30. It's picnic theater, so you can bring food and drink. Then the play starts at 7:30. I think this one will run about an hour and a half. I'm guessing intermission in between, one intermission. And let's see, so we open September 21st, then it'll be that following Friday, Saturday, Sunday, have a matinee at 3 o'clock. Okay. Then the following week we'll run Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Only one matinee.
One matinee that Sunday at 3 o'clock. And
yes, sir.
Saturday time is at 7:30 as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 7:30 that Saturday as well. And ticket costs for the play?
Tickets are $17 for adults and $12 for students. And you can go to lsparts.org. And it's very user-friendly interface, so just go through. You can pick your seats. You can actually click on your seat and see the view from your seat that you're choosing, and there's not a bad seat in the house. So
absolutely, very good. And let me ask you, Randy, if you don't mind, because a lot of times I've had on some of the younger students that are in the theater, and you're a little bit not as old as I am, but you're a little bit older gentleman. Why is theater so important to you? You kind of got bitten when you went to see one. Talk a little bit about that.
I love to see people doing what they do live. I don't care what it is. I don't care what kind of music it is. If it's polka, I like the live element. Television, we can screw all this up right now and cut it and change it. Theater, you can't do any of that. Okay. Those people are on all the time. A musician is on all the time. That's right. I like seeing people do what they do. Street performers, anything. I just want to see people creating, and that's what does it for me.
Okay, very good. And again, this is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind giving those dates and time one more time, Randy, before we get ready to close out.
No problem. Okay. We open up September 21st. Doors at 6:30. Show starts at 7:30. That same time remains for Friday, Saturday. And then that Sunday will be at 3 o'clock, Sunday matinee. All right. The following week we'll run Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 7:30.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, our very own LaGrange Society of Performing Arts is producing a very wonderful play. So we definitely want you to come out and support Randy and the other cast members of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And Randy, I want to thank you very much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment.
Why United Way? Because 99 cents of every dollar donated to United Way of West Georgia stays right here to help your neighbors. Yes, 99 cents. United Way makes every penny count. You can count on United Way, and United Way of West Georgia is counting on you. Please give today.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining for City Week this week. My guests have been from Think Academy. I had on the CEO, Kathy Carlisle, and also a student, Alex Holloway, as they talked about the wonderful things that our students are taking place or getting involved with at Think Academy. And by all means, if you haven't been out to the location, go out, pay them a visit. I'm sure Kathy would be more than happy to accommodate you. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I had on from District 4 Public Health Services, I had on Tiffany Marshall, the Children's First Coordinator, and Alicia Fisher, the Children's Medical Service Coordinator, as they talked about the programs that they offer. And by all means, if you have questions about any of the programs, give them a call at the contact number that they provided. And lastly, I had on from the Lafayette Society of Performing Arts, Randy Powell, as he talked about the upcoming play, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, that will be taking place and starting on Friday, September the 21st. So by all means, come out and support our arts and other programs here in our community, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you've enjoyed these interviews, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.